What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. Is there a horse home? What's up, baby? You just chilling? You haven't been on the channel in a while. I figured we'd come say hi, check out your house. I mean, I did build this house for Gunner before you moved in. Figured Gunner should have like the bougiest doghouse around, so that was, yeah, shoot, I don't even remember. I built that probably 8 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. Gunner, are you ready to start the day, buddy? Well, Gunner, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but yeah, we're back to single clad light. And you're out? No, come on, you gotta get it. Gotta give Gunner a boost. Means we gotta share a bench seat, buddy. So I made my way over to the warehouse. I got a couple things that we're going to be doing today. Let me get some lights on in here so you're not just staring at darkness. As you guys know, we got a bunch of the work for it hitch covers. They're actually in stock now. There's no more pre-orders. Everything now ships out as soon as you guys place an order. But it's been brought to my attention that some people just don't have access to a powder coater. And while we're not gonna open up to like doing all kinds of custom powder coating because it would just take an insane amount of time, and to do like one-offs for us, it wouldn't make sense, and it would be extremely expensive on our end to have to like keep running one hitch cover at a time to do crazy custom colors. But I do want to be able to offer a complete solution. So if you guys remember, I actually powder coated this one for my personal truck, and I went with just a simple and clean black and white, but this theme would fit on a lot of trucks. This thing is just gonna look absolutely killer over here on the old LLY. Oh, just look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So today we're gonna run a bunch of these up to Swift powder coating and get some of them done. And even though I drove the single cab here, Swift powder coating is like a solid 30-40 minute drive away from me. And yeah, that single cab is great for a lot of things. Highway driving, probably not its like strong suit. It'll do 65, 70, but I think you're asking a lot of it when you want it to do that. So I ain't gonna do it for a prolonged period of time. Whew, good Lord, I almost got a hernia lifting those things in the back of the truck. These things are heavy. Like, these hitch covers are absolutely no joke. They are some thick steel, dual plated, like, these boogers are heavy. I love this truck. Like, this truck turned out so rad, and it's got a ways to go. One of the things we're gonna do when we get back from Swift today is we're gonna be installing the new headlights that I have for this, and that's just gonna completely clean up the look of the front end, get rid of the amber. So I'll show you guys when we get back there on that shelf right there. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm honestly scared to drive this truck because you guys know my luck with freshly painted vehicles, but hopefully today goes well. One thing I didn't know about this truck when I first bought it, because I actually had it smog, is it actually does put out a little bit of black smoke. Yay, she rolls cold, brother! Now the good thing about the 05 is it is a pre-emissions truck, and a lot of you guys have asked why this truck's okay, but the Kodiak wasn't, being that it was an 05, a Duramax as well. And the California law that made us get rid of the Kodiak, it only applies to the medium duty trucks, the 14,001 pound GVRW and above. So will it ever trickle down to these trucks? I don't know, I hope not, but California's crazy. But they basically hit all the businesses because they knew businesses would have to go buy new fleets of trucks, which means new registration fees and new sales tax that they get to collect. What up? Already unloading, dude. Look at that. That's the Swift service. Huh? They're not powder coated yet?
They're done, dude.
Yeah.
They're all wrapped up.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Ooh. All I know is I'm envious of all the space that you got in here, dude. I know it fills up quick with racks, though.
When we were doing those posts earlier.
Oh, dude, those posts are huge. Jeez. Dude, that almost looks fake. All right, well, as always, Swift Powder Coat is gonna take good care of us. I'm gonna do a limited run of 10 of them in the black and white. They will be up as a pre-order on the website when this video goes live, so if you wanna be one of the 10, make sure you don't wait, jump on it quick. Now, on the LLY, I knew we had to do something to obviously clean up all the lighting around the vehicle, but I wanted to start with the headlights. And as you guys know, like on my Denali, I have custom painted headlights. These are actually factory headlights that were pulled apart by Legends, and they went in, painted everything, dialed everything in. And they actually did all the lighting on this truck, even the taillights. These taillights are actually recon taillights. They did, again, pull apart, and they painted the whole inside gloss black. Same with the third brake light up there. They actually painted the trim around it as well. Lighting's one of those things that, like, it's gotta look right, but I didn't want to spend an absolute ton of money on the LLY because just to pull apart headlights, I think like the cheapest it is to pull apart headlights. Now this is from a reputable company because things can go bad if you don't use reputable companies, is I think like 800 bucks minimum just to pull them apart if you want to like remove a lens or something and put a clear lens in there. So it gets really expensive really quick. You're easily up into the thousands depending on how far you want to take your headlights. So I said, you know what, that's too much. I don't want to go that far. Let's see what's out there on the market for those trucks, being that they've been around forever. And well, believe it or not, found an option on Amazon for a very, very reasonable price. Oh, and in case you're wondering, they do cause cancer in California. So I don't exactly know what brand these are. On Amazon, they're listed as the Autosaver 88. I imagine they're just rebranded by a bunch of people. I mean, it says CNO, made in China on the box. So let's dig in and show you what these things look like. Obviously on the LOYs and all the Cat Eye Chevys, you got two lights. You got the top and the bottom portion on both sides. So essentially 4 lights. These are the top portion. Just completely clean. I mean, I'm gonna leave the plastic on right now until we install it, so you get a better look once they're installed. But my biggest thing was getting rid of this plastic orange amber reflector in the corner. And these accomplish that while adding a couple other cool features like these OLED bars that light up around it. They have them on the top and bottom. So we've got driver's side, and then I believe the bottoms are in this box. Bottom box open, even though it says don't use a knife. Now these I haven't even looked at. I obviously looked at the top ones, but I haven't even pulled these out of the box yet. Again, the same. These have the matching OLED bar. Now these, instead of being the mirrored back, they're actually black. I don't know why they didn't go with the mirrored on this. And then we're seeing our first little bit of China there. We got a little splooge kind of coming out or whatever. Together, obviously the tops and the bottoms. And I think it's a really cool look. Again, for $240, you really can't beat that pricing. Now I was looking at the wiring, and it looks like obviously we're going to tap some type of lighting for the OLED white bar that goes around this light. This one actually came with a plug on it that looks like it plugs into where your marker light is. And geez, I mean, they kind of went a little wild on the goop there, but I've seen custom headlight builders do a lot worse than that. One thing I will say is it seems like it came with a really nice set of instructions. I mean, just the card, nice and glossy, very pretty, very pretty. And by the way, like, none of this is sponsored. I just kind of sourced these out. Murdered LOY recommended them to me. He's got them on his truck. So let's see what we got in the installation instructions. Oh, professional installation would be highly recommended. All right, we're definitely professional. All right, so they walk you through the whole process, hooking up the lights, install driving light and parking light. Insert lock turn signal, blah, 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 blah. These are very thorough, well-written instructions. It's not in broken English, so that's good to see. So one of my absolute favorite things about these Cat Eye trucks is the ease of headlight removal on them. I mean, if you compare these to the new style trucks, where like even just to change a bulb in those trucks is an absolute nightmare, like this is such a cakewalk. All you do is pull one pin, little rusty, and essentially your headlight just lifts right on out. Now, if I would have thought ahead, I would have ordered some LED headlight bulbs for this truck, but yeah, not a whole lot of planning, I guess, went into this. Now, for these bottom lights, it's my ever so favorite technique of you have to yank on it and hope it just pops off. Now I'm more nervous than ever because I don't want to scratch any of the new paint or chip one of these corners here, but ooh, I hate doing that. All right, one side done. So I'm gonna do one side and leave the other side stock, just for a little bit of the video here. Oh, jeez, don't want to drop it. That way we can get a little comparison of just how horrible those factory ones look. Oh yeah, that's gonna look good. So I'm assuming that the new marker light plugs into where that bulb comes out of, and that'll illuminate your daytime running light as well. This is where having a cameraman would really come in handy right now. I will say, for the price, it is nice having everything, I mean, almost everything pre-wired. I wish there was a pre-wire for the top, but obviously they don't really have anything to tap into. I wish they both tapped off of this marker light for the little running light. Before we actually like install it, I'm gonna turn the lights on here and see if everything's working, because I know with those LEDs you can flip them either way, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Ooh, look at that. She lit up. I don't know why that's not on, or maybe that's not supposed to be on. So I guess you no longer have a light there. I mean, huh. This one had the big old ugly orange light. I'm assuming they're sacrificing that now for your daytime running light. We've literally got one installed and it is already transforming the entire front end of this truck. Probably my favorite budget-friendly mod we've ever done. Like, look at that. That looks so sick. I do wish now, looking at how this one's mirrored and that one is black instead of like little reflectors in the back, obviously being headlights, they need that reflection to throw, but man, these would look so good if that back was black. Let's get this top guy into place here. Well, as it turns out, we are supposed to connect off of this same socket. They show everybody T-tapping it on the back side here. I might just T-tap it on the front. Maybe I'll T-tap it on the back, but that's gonna give us our daytime running lights for the upper headlight. Why that couldn't have been like some type of socket that accepted both, into one and be all pre-wired. I'm not really sure, but I guess this is what we got to do. So we'll get our connectors put on here. They give you a long pigtail off of here. I'm actually going to leave it long because it's nice when you're trying to pull the headlights apart, and having that extra extension to pull it away before you have to unconnect everything or disconnect everything. Our taps are all done, so now we're just gonna plug these boogers in. Let's do one more quick little test before we button this up. Make sure this side works with our T-taps. All right, she's nice and lit up, tucking everything neatly. I hate this part. I don't want to do it. If you know me, you know what I'm talking about. It's just like, if it fit better, no joke, I would leave it, but this just fits like crap, so. God, I hate doing that. But tell me what an absolute insane difference that is versus that. I mean, obviously these are old and foggy 15-year-old headlights. Held up pretty well, I gotta say, assuming those are all original, but that just looks so much cleaner. Once I get rid of that amber bulb right there that really looks horrible, this thing will be like primo. And it's sick because now that we're doing the black and white theme, the little OLED bar, like just being that is white when it's off, it ties in so well with all the white lines up on the front of the truck. I'm gonna knock this side out. Luckily you can see the sun is going down, so I think it's gonna be perfect timing to film a lighting video tonight. Dude, these things look so sick. Oh, let's see what it looks like driving up. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think it gets any better than that for 250 bucks for headlights. Like I said, fully functioning, essentially plug and play other than a couple little wire taps, but they made it super simple. Great instructions. I don't really go to bat for a whole lot of products, and obviously we have to see how well these hold up to the sun or if they ever leak or how well the wiring's done, but so far, like, I highly recommend I don't even remember what the name was that we said earlier in the video, but I will put a link to these, to the Amazon link if they're still available. I know, like I said, it probably changes names 52,000 times. You just can't beat them for the price. I think they turned out absolutely killer. It's just one step closer to getting this thing done. I know there was a cab light out. You probably saw that in the video. And then we do need to get the switchbacks wired up. California Auto Works kind of did some plug and play stuff. I don't think they got the mirrors functioning and the reverse lights functioning, but they didn't really wire up any of the turn signal stuff. So I was about to say, who needs Sergio? I can do all my wiring. I don't need him. I'm just kidding, Sergio. If you're watching this, we got more mirrors to do. Your favorite buddy. These things are super bright. I mean, that's no headlights lighting up the front of the Denali there. Very impressive. Now, before I leave for the night, I've had a lot of suggestions as to what could be going on with the air conditioning on here. I should probably shut off this beeping because that's really annoying. And somebody has suggested resetting it. They said these things are known for, like, if you disconnect the battery, reconnect it, something could go a little weird. So to reset it, we got to disconnect the battery, hook it back up. Don't touch anything on the AC unit. It should go through like a factory reset. Cummins_man01. Don't know if I should be taking advice from a Cummins guy, but maybe. I don't know. A lot of people are smarter than me. He says unplug the batteries. So the batteries are currently unplugged. Leave them unplugged for a minute. Plug them back in. Start the truck. Let it run for 5 minutes. Don't touch anything. It should automatically go to 75 degrees. Then at that point, let it sit for another 5 minutes. And then he says he bets that'll fix our problem. I am a betting man. All right, I've reconnected the batteries. Let's see what happens when we start the truck up. All right, it looks like it's kind of doing its own thing, maybe. Or maybe it does that every time it starts and I just don't notice it. It's at 74 degrees. Maybe he was off by 1 degree. He said it goes to 75 degrees, but... Well guys, I think I found our problem. It was not the battery thing. That booger right there is only engaging sometimes. When it should be, I'm assuming that booger should be spinning the full time when the air conditioning's on. So per a quick Google search, it appears that the AC clutch kicks on and off like that when it's got low refrigerant levels. So a lot of you guys had also said that there's a chance that this thing has a tiny leak, and when it was sitting for 3 months over at California Auto Works, it could have just finally leaked out to enough to where it was low, to where this thing just completely keeps kicking on and off. So that is good news. We're getting closer to narrowing it down. We should be able to run it to like an AC shop or something like that and have them recharge it. We could probably recharge it with the little kits you buy at Pet Toys, but I like to have the professionals do stuff. So with that, guys, we're going to wrap up this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now that you do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like and a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com, because if there's anything you want in this life, you got to be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn. Yeah.